Hello and welcome to Three Questions with my friend Luciana Calvin with us. And today Luciana is going to offer us 3 tips on how to get a great headshot. Hi, welcome to the show, Luciana.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
So I asked you to come on the show today because I want to talk about headshots. And we've had this conversation many times about the importance of a headshot. Because unfortunately, we live in a judgmental world, and you may only get that proverbial one shot to make a great first impression. What advice do you have for someone about how to get a really great headshot?
All right. Especially since COVID, right? So much stuff went online. So sometimes you don't even have the chance to meet someone in person. So the first impression someone will have from you, it is from a profile picture from, LinkedIn or some of those social media places. And research says it takes 7 seconds for someone to create the first impression of you.
Mhm.
So my question is, how much is that worth for you, right? Um, if you are developing a brand, if you have a company, and that I'm assuming that's important, is important to me. That's how people will relate it, people will connect, and they will come to you. So I have some tips on how you prepare for it. So tips number one is be to how to prepare. A big part of it is a successful session is the preparation, right? So the week leading to the headshot, drink plenty of water, make sure you hydrate, especially the day before. I know it will sound a little silly, but makeup is only going to go so far. Make sure if you're exhausted, you look exhausted on camera, and as a matter of fact, the camera might even make it worse. So get plenty of sleep the night before, so you rest and ready to go. It will show in the photos. Another big thing that might be a no-no is do not cut your hair the day before. Make sure you give it a week so like your hair can like relax and will look natural. And if you don't like your haircut or whatever you did in your hair, you have a chance to reschedule the session. So because if you don't look your hair in the photos, you're gonna hate your headshots.
True.
Another plus is have a consultation call with your photographer. Get all your questions answered. It will make you more relaxed, take the stress away a little bit, and it will make like for a better session.
I really like that tip a lot because I've taken pictures with different people over the years. And to your point, the more comfortable I was with the photographer, the better the pictures were.
It
Because
is.
you're my friend, you could make me laugh, do this, and I was comfortable because we already had a relationship. So I
Exactly.
didn't think of that, and especially the hydrating one. When you said that, I never would have thought of that in a million years. I'm like, yeah, I've seen pictures when I'm tired or didn't hydrate properly, and it really does show. You're like, okay,
Yes.
I don't think I'm sharing that picture anytime soon. So
Make sure that you get a good night's sleep. It will reflect in the pictures. We can do a lot in Photoshop, but if you are exhausted, and your expression displays that, you can change your expression. You can fix little stuff, but you can change the whole feel of the image.
I like
So
it because I want to capture the personality of the person. That, because like you said, it's just the way the world works. We see your picture and we drawing a conclusion off of it. And
exactly.
often I look at someone, I'm like, you know what, I want to talk to that person because they just look like they're fun to talk to. They got a great laugh in the picture. It draws you in. And then I've seen other pictures with not as friendly looking, and you may hesitate going, they just don't come across as someone I want to do business with.
Exactly. Someone open and approachable, right?
Absolutely. So what else do you
So
have for us?
the tips number two would be what you wear. That's a big one that everybody worries about. So the idea is to keep it simple and classic. Little, try to make it timeless so it will last a little longer, even though you probably should have a new headshot every couple of years to reflect what you look. Because like we talked earlier, some people has a headshot from 20 years ago, and every time, like if you see a headshot and you're going to go to meet the person, you don't even think it's the same person. 20 years make a big difference.
True.
So the goal is always to draw attention to your face, The outfit should support the overall message of you as a professional. So try to wear what you'd wear for work in a professional manner, let's say, you know. Try to wear colors that complement you. For example, colors that work well with your skin tone. Mid-tones work great. Colors that match your eyes. You know, when people come to you and say like, oh, that shirt looks awesome on you. That's probably because, you know, it works well with your skin tone, with your eyes. So that's something you should um, think about it or take advantage of. Use
Makes
one
sense.
of your brand colors. If you have a company and you have some specific color for your brand, that will look good, it will look great. Your headshot next to your logo on your website. If you consider to look to have a more traditional look like a suit, then you know, like have a variety of ties might be an option. Bring different colors, you know, different styles, and that will give that pop of color on the image if you using dark colors in the suit.
I really like that tip because I was guilty of that. Was using the same headshot for maybe 5 years. And some of my photography friends and general friends were like, you need a new headshot. And to me, I didn't look any different. But you know, when they
You
told me, like,
do.
take a look, you're like, okay, I see it now. In my case, I was lucky I had lost 20 pounds. They're like, so you should get another headshot done and stuff. But sometimes we just don't see ourselves looking different. Like, that's how I look. And you're like, well, 5 years ago, yes, that's how you look. But, you know, you've aged 5 years. So that's
Exactly.
a great tip because I was guilty of that one.
You're not alone. I'd say people do not go crazy about getting headshots. I think it's just a stress to be in front of the camera, but it's worth it, you know. Um, Another thing to avoid would be patterns. They create distractions from your face. So crazy patterns like busy graphics, stripes, plaids are very bad for photos. Try to stick with solid colors. Necklines. V necklines elongate your body. So that's something to consider. A V neckline lengthens the neck, and a round neckline shortens it. I'm not sure if people know that, but that's how come across
Never
on
knew that either.
on through the camera. A collared shirt with a few buttons undone also create the V effect for men. So turtlenecks completely hides the neck, which is very unflattering and should always be avoided. It might look good for Steve Jobs, but I guarantee you that it would not look good for most people. So that's a big no-no.
Interesting.
If you wear glasses, a lot of people don't want to use the glasses on the photos, which is, you know, that's how people know you. I would say keep your glasses on. We can try with glasses and without glasses, and you can choose which ones you like. And I guarantee you, people that uses glasses constantly will choose the ones with the glasses. A lot of these new glasses have this protection, the blue light block that creates a magenta tint on the lens on the photos. So if that's the case, if you have an extra frame, just take the lenses off and just bring like the empty frame. Or if that's not the case, we can work with it. It might be a little more difficult, especially with the magenta tint, but it can be done.
Awesome.
Bring extra outfits, right? We can, if you're not sure what you want or what will look good, bring a couple different sets, and I can go through and help you. You know, the photographer should be able to do that. Help you to select what will look best for you. And iron your clothes. That's a must thing I have to say. You know, it's like you can never say that enough. And it has to be pressed because wrinkles are really difficult to remove in Photoshop, especially with clothing with textures. So make sure they're pressed before you come to the session. I have some quick tips for a woman about beauty, jewelry. Um, Try to avoid anything that's really bright, big, and like big hoops for earrings. Try to stick with small earrings that will keep it timeless. Gold necklaces might be nice, you might love it, but it will take the focus from your face. Let's try to keep it timeless with small and very discreet jewelry. Avoid shimmery makeup. They will accentuate wrinkles, and it's very few people that don't have wrinkles, right? So that's something you should avoid totally. Prefers like makeup with matte finishes. Mascara must be it's a must for everyone. If you don't wear makeup, it still look good, make your eyes pop. And for hairstyle, for women, you wanted the hair to frame your face. So if you have long hair, just make sure you give some body and style to accent your face. Do not overdo because it can look staged. Um, and don't try anything new that you haven't tried before. People do that and then they hate the photos. They don't look themselves. Like, if you do that for a wedding, you look different is one day, but for a headshot that is going to be using for a long time, you do want to look at that into yourself. Sometimes investing in professional hair and makeup will pay off and will elevate the final portrait. So might be worth it to invest on that for a headshot. For men, just a couple tips. Shaving, you have to shave in the morning of the session if you do not want that rugged look. It has to be. That's not something we can fix in Photoshop. And skin, you can use a light coat of translucent powder to remove like shine spots and things like that. But if you don't want to, I have some bolding paper that we can use to remove some oily spots before the session. And the last and final tips, how to choose a photographer. So not all headshots are created equal. There is more to a headshot than just click the button, right? Do you like the style, the photography style? Do you envision yourself on those pictures? If not, that's not the photographer for you. You kind of like see photos and you know what you like, you don't like, right? Things to consider will be lighting. You don't have to be an expert. It's very simple. It looks airy and bright or look dark and dramatic. So if you like one style, you're going to look for photographers that photograph that kind of style. By the way, that is not like right or wrong answers. Is what you like, what you don't like. What you don't like, you don't like. It's not. Nothing's going to change there, right?
True.
But if you love it, that's the photography that you should gravitate toward. Another way that you can think is, will those images stand out when your potential customer sees it online, or it will look like everyone else for a headshot? So when you see people make comments like, hey, I saw your new picture, it looks amazing, or nobody say anything. So that's why it matters.
Yeah,
It can
true.
call attention to your profile.
Awesome.
Retouch should be included on the photos. It's on your session. It should be a valued add service that every photographer should include it. And the most important point, the final point, is personality. The way you can find that out is, again, is having a consultation call. Make sure you talk to the photographer. You can find some connection that will make your session a lot less stressful.
Awesome. So,
That's all
Luciana,
I
what's the
have.
best way for people to reach out to you to learn more, my friend?
They can reach me out through my website. That's lucianacalvinheadshots.com, or my telephone number is 617-259-00883. I'm sorry.
Luciana, really appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us on the show today, and I hope you have a truly dazzling day, my friend.
Awesome. Nice to talk to you, Kevin.